Okay, so I'm having to head into town. It's been snowing all night. I'm in four-wheel drive, obviously. We've gotten about between 3 and 4 inches of snow. I need to try and go get some drinking water. Even though we have water up in the tank, we don't use that to drink. So we'll see what happens. I wanted to get out before some of the snow starts to melt, because then it'll just turn into a big old muddy mess. So it's early in the morning. It's still cold out, so I would rather drive on snow than have to deal with all the mud. I'm pretty confident the truck will make it through. But yeah, it's been several days with no sun, over a week. And I can't wait much longer. Just want to make sure we've got drinking water. And I've got my 5-gallon containers for fuel. I might as well fill up on that while I'm in town. The only thing I'm worried about is the Interstate 40. Sometimes they shut it down, headed into Flagstaff, but I'm hoping down here, we're a little bit further down the hill, it should be open. I just opened the gate that leads out of the property. You can see a little bit of snow. I've got my gasoline container and 15 gallons for drinking water. So yeah, snow and rain, and they're predicting more all day. So, like I said, I'd figure I'd get out early before any of this stuff starts to melt. My tires, no mud on them, so I'd rather, like I said, deal with the snow than the mud. So I've got the truck in 4-low, second gear. You can see the ruts from previous days. And if I should have any issues with getting stuck, this truck is equipped with rear lockers and front lockers, meaning that I can lock the differentials. So that's extra power, I guess, not to get stuck. When you lock the differentials, the front or the rear or both, it makes both tires spin at the same time. So, you obviously can't make corners as easily because the tires are spinning at the same time. But it gets you out of pretty much any situation if you need to get stuck. It's more than four-wheel drive, better than four-wheel drive, if that makes any sense. Yeah, this beats the mud, definitely. Still sliding around, trying to keep momentum. I can see tracks. Probably rabbit tracks. Got a little mud puddle here. And on this little road, it looks like I'm the first one to make tracks. The Interstate 40 is right along the line there. Alright, I made it onto Route 66. A little slushy, not bad. Just gonna take it easy, take it slow. You can see the Interstate 40 seems to be moving along. If I don't do this today, I may not be able to do it again, in the next few days. These storms are supposed to be on and off. So we'll get it done today. Okay, now we're on the Interstate 40, heading east. Just because the speed limit says 75 miles an hour, doesn't necessarily mean it's safe to go that fast all the time. You know, some of these people, they just pass me doing 75, 80 miles an hour on these wet roads. You know, it just isn't safe. You know, they learn the hard way, I guess. Okay, so this is the nearest town to us. This is Main Street, basically. I just got my water, I just got my fuel. Someone hit the Family Dollar here to pick up a couple of small items. And then I'll head home. Well, we're back on the dirt roads, back from town. And yeah, it looks like more snow's on its way. Let me give you a shot here in the distance. Yeah, that's a big snowstorm there. So I made it back pretty much in time, you know, before more of it comes down. And I got what I needed. So now we can go home, make sure that fire keeps going all day, stay nice and warm. Yeah, you can see that. That's maybe a couple of miles north of me. That big cloud formation there. Big storm. Okay, I got to our gate. I just closed it up. And wasn't too bad. Definitely not as muddy as last time because of the snow. The truck's not that dirty. Got my fuel. I was going to show you these, folks. We've got 4 of these 5-gallon containers that my wife bought, I believe, on Amazon. We've had these the entire year and a half that we've been out here. And this is strictly drinking water. We don't waste this water on anything else. And usually when we go to town, we take 1 or 2, whatever's empty. But yeah, we're down to 1 left in the house. We haven't been able to get out because of these storms. So that's why I wanted to just get it done today and get these filled back up. I wanted to get my drone out, but I can't get it wet, so I may have to wait here. If we get a little break in the weather, I'll take the drone out just to look around. Well, we got a little break in the snow, so I'm up here by the water tank. I just loaded up my water pump in the back of the truck. I'm going to take it down and empty out a couple of these totes down here. They're overflowing with water. And transfer it up to the main tank. Hopefully it doesn't start snowing or raining while I'm doing this. So we're going to try and get this done as quickly as possible. You know, I'm feeling a little anxious. You know, we haven't been able to do much in the last few days. All of our projects have come to a standstill. Mainly the fence that we're building, the 3-acre fence for the dogs. All that's come to a standstill. We can't get it done. And I know it's winter time and things like that, but you know, just need to do something. I'm tired of sitting inside. We've watched a few movies over the last few days. And you know, just got to get out and do something, folks. I can't just sit around. started snowing again, but we managed to get one load of water up to the tank. That was full. Well, it had about 250 gallons, and it made it up the hill in four-wheel drive without any problems. And then I moved the water from here to the water pump, and from the water pump up to the main tank. But we're done. I'm just waiting for this water pump to cool off a little bit so I can cover it with the tarp. And, you know, at least we got one project done today. Like I said, it's been kind of crazy the last few days. We haven't been able to get anything done outside. It's been raining or snowing, and then all the mud issues. So it feels good today to get something accomplished. I was able to go to town, pick up a few things, and then we moved this water. So it's actually cooled down a little bit. I think we're maybe 30, maybe 29. A little cool, but that's all right. That's just how it is out here. If I start complaining, then I never should have come up here to begin with, right? I love this change of weather. It's awesome. We just go stir crazy, being stuck in the house for a few days. But it's beautiful out here. You can actually hear the Interstate 40. Every once in a while you can hear it, like a low, low rumble. I guess it has something to do with the cloud cover or whatever, but I know they shut down the 40 a couple of days ago. Yeah, so traffic came to a standstill heading east. And that's what's nice about living a little lower down on the hill, because we don't get hit with those huge snowstorms. We get enough to enjoy it, to experience it, and that's the way we want it. She made it, no problem. I got the big mud terrains. So we're full up once again. This other tank here, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. This was here when we moved in, and so is that. They're not being used for anything. So we're going to eventually move this tank down to the bottom of the hill, down by the chicken coop. And we're going to fill that up with water as well, and use that as storage for any future animals that we may have. You know, might as well put it to good use. All we have to do is cut this pipe here. It's actually connected to this big tank, but I don't know how long this has been sitting here. So, you know, we don't need it. We keep this full. So we're going to definitely utilize that for storage. And this, I don't know, this looks like this is made out of fiberglass. Maybe one day we'll be able to do something with this one. Looks like maybe 500 gallons. Beautiful day. It's my son's birthday today. I want to wish him a happy birthday. Well, the water pump's probably cooled off by now, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it up and head on down the hill. The house is nice and warm. It was about 81 degrees in there after the fire was going for a while. It was actually kind of warm. So it should have cooled off by now, maybe in the 70s inside the house, so that'll be perfectly comfortable to sit and maybe watch a little TV. I'll probably have to start up the generator. I did this morning. I'll run it for a couple more hours, just make sure those batteries stay charged. I've ran it every day for the last 4 or 5 days, 6 days almost, because there's been no sun. And without any sun, we can't charge them batteries. And that's why it's very important to have a backup generator. You know, that generator can run day and night and power the whole house while it's charging the batteries. So, and I've got plenty of fuel for that generator, and we even have extra fuel in storage, you know, in case we really get stuck here for whatever reason. Plenty of firewood in the house, plenty of food. Just kind of bored sometimes, you know. I like being out, getting things done, but that's okay. It's a good break. And it's wintertime, you know, it's to be expected. Eventually things will dry out. I think Thursday they're predicting partly cloudy skies. So whatever's left on the ground is going to turn into a big old muddy mess once again. But eventually it'll dry out and we'll be able to get back to our projects and get our fence done and go from there. Thanks everyone for tuning in on this snowy day up here in northern Arizona. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and we'll talk to you next time.